Hello and welcome to Ekevoto Reviews. Today let's have a look at a very sensitive issue that is often talked about. Should you repair or just replace a problematic CVT transmission? We've had so many cases of people complaining that they've spent thousands of shillings in trying to repair their CVTs, but eventually they just ended up replacing them, unfortunately, after wasting a significant amount of money that would have otherwise not have gone down the drain if only they replaced these transmissions earlier. So which is the way to go? Replacement or repair? Some mechanics will advise you to repair while others will tell you to just replace. So which path should you take? That's what we want to find out in today's episode. Once again, welcome to Ekevoto Reviews. And as always, if you find this content helpful, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more informative content on cars as well as bikes. So CVTs are generally complex transmissions which are aimed at efficiency and smooth power delivery. They are not as bulletproof as conventional automatics, and their complexity means that chances of issues cropping up are a bit high, from belt and pulley system failures to overheating and even issues to do with delayed acceleration. Do also keep in mind that these transmissions generally generate a bit more heat than the conventional automatics, as they require more friction to work properly, and no wonder the CVT fluids have friction modifiers to maintain a traction coefficient so that the belt does not slip. So now, to answer this question directly, should you repair or replace a problematic CVT? I would say it depends, and by the way, I'm talking about CVTs in general and not about any specific CVT from a specific manufacturer. So let's say you are driving, then suddenly the transmission gets into safe mode. First of all, safe mode is a mechanism that restricts performance to prevent further damage. It is designed to prevent serious damage from happening to the transmission. So if the control module senses that something is not right, it automatically defaults the transmission to safe mode or limp mode, which typically means that the RPMs will be much lower. The speed will also be lower. So in a nutshell, it limits performance to prevent more severe damage to your transmission. Now, this safe mode can be caused by several issues such as overheating, low or contaminated CVTF, software issues, valve body issues, or even mechanical issues such as damaged pulleys. So generally, encountering a safe mode means that something is beginning to go wrong and it needs to be checked immediately. The mitigation of this safe mode will depend on the exact cause. For example, if it is detected that the CVT was beginning to overheat, then the best way to manage it is to first allow the transmission to cool. Then the long-term solution is installation of a CVT oil cooler if the transmission has an inadequate cooling system. The safe mode may also be as a result of low or contaminated CVTF, and in such a case, the best option is topping up the fluid if it was low, or draining and putting in new fluid if it was contaminated. That said, I should mention that the most important way of knowing the root cause of a safe mode is conducting an OBD scan to narrow down and pinpoint the exact cause. If maybe it's a valve body issue, in most cases that could as well be replaced and the transmission can continue working well for a significant period of time. A valve body is a component inside the CVT that controls the flow of CVT fluid as well as the shifting, and in case of any malfunction, it can cause slippage. Now, in some cases, a CVT might be experiencing some serious issues, yet the car will not go into limp mode, maybe because of gradual deterioration or even due to a faulty transmission control module which is unable to properly interpret sensor data. So in such cases, the car will not go into limp mode, but damage will be occurring to the transmission. And I want us to discuss the main ones that will dictate whether repair will be better or whether replacement will be the way to go. The first one is belt or chain failure. So if the CVT develops this failure, in most cases it also causes damage to other components, especially if that chain failure is extensive. The metal particles or fragments from the chain can spread through the transmission and end up damaging other components like the bearings or even the fluid pump. And in such a case, the best solution is just replacement, because you may be advised to repair it, maybe replace this or that component. You may do so, but after around 2 or 3 months, issues will start cropping up again, and I can confirm to you that it will give you a headache till you decide to just replace the whole transmission. So please keep that in mind. When it comes to severe belt or chain failure, the best option is just complete replacement. You will save yourself a significant amount of time and money. The other main issue is overheating. Replacement or repair of the CVT will depend on the severity of the overheating. If it's minor overheating which has been detected early, probably due to inadequate cooling or maybe low or contaminated CVTF, then mitigating that is quite easy. You can just flush out the contaminated fluid and replace it with a new one, as I had said earlier, or install a better cooling system if it's a case to do with inadequate cooling. On the other hand, if it's moderate to severe overheating, then the only option may be replacement of the CVT, because that serious overheating will most probably damage the belt, chain, pulleys and pump. So there will be no other option. And just to mention, there are common signs that indicate that overheating may have caused severe damage, and they include a burning smell from the transmission fluid. There can also be fluid discoloration, awkward grinding noise from the transmission, consistent slipping, and the most obvious one, warning lights on the instrument cluster about the transmission temperature. So generally, I will say the minor issues don't necessarily require total CVT replacement. Minor issues such as mild overheating, contaminated CVTF, software issues, or mild mechanical issues can be mitigated only if they are detected early enough. But as for the major issues such as severe overheating, chain failure, severe degradation, among others, may warrant a complete replacement. Don't be misled into repairing something that will cost as much as buying another CVT. Then after one repair, the problem comes up again after a few months, and you end up parting with a lot of money. Let me also say that the reliability of these CVTs vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. Some make good CVTs while others not very good ones, but generally the reliability and durability of CVTs are not as bulletproof as conventional automatics. And that's why you find that some automakers still continue to use torque converter automatics like Mazda, because they are more reliable, more engaging to drive, and are almost just as efficient as CVTs. Now, before we wrap up the video, there's this question that people often do ask: how sure are you that the ex-Japan transmission that you want to buy will be better than the problematic one you have? I understand that it may be a risk, but what I would advise is this: engage a professional CVT mechanic before you buy that CVT. Don't just buy any CVT because you are told it's good or okay. Something else is that try and at least get a warranty. Normally for engines you are given around a 2 weeks warranty, such that if something goes wrong within those 2 weeks, you can return it. So even for these CVTs, make sure you are given a warranty. Then once it's installed, drive the car and test that CVT properly within the warranty period, so that if anything crops up, it can be replaced. Many mechanics still don't have the technical know-how of these CVTs, but with time it will be a well understood technology. So at the moment, please try your best and maintain your CVT well, and it will return the favor by giving you service for a relatively long time. Change the fluids at the required time. Avoid rapid and harsh accelerations. In fact, I did a video on the don'ts of a CVT. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box, so please do check it out. I hope this has been helpful. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you have any inquiries, feel free to reach me via WhatsApp or email. That's it for today. Stay safe, ride and drive safe, and see you in the next one. But before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button.